Hello, Facebook fans and YouTube fans of DX Engineering. It is Thursday afternoon here in the Eastern time zone of the USA. It is time for the Manufacturer Showcase. This is a show where we talk to the over 175 different manufacturers that we represent here at DX Engineering. Today, we have Steve from Alpha Antenna. Hello, Steve.
Hello, Tim. Good afternoon, everyone. It's so good to see you.
Steve, tell us about your company.
Well, Alpha Antenna, we chose the name Alpha after I was hit head on by a semi truck in 2004 and went through rehabilitation for about a year. And Alpha was just my new start. I'd been designing antennas since 1979, and I brought to market in 2005 some of the designs. Um, so we are based out of Pleasant Hill, Missouri. We do manufacture 94% of all of the components and then 100% of all the antennas right here in the warehouse and in the manufacturing facilities. That we have all of our administrative offices here, and I'm standing inside our showroom this morning. Well, this afternoon, depending on where you are.
So, Steve, let's talk about your most popular antenna. Let's talk about the most popular, maybe two or three antennas.
Okay, so as far as popular goes, typically people want to win contests or they want to be the biggest signal on the block. And that just happens to be a dipole. Well, it's more than a dipole. It's a V dipole. The V dipole gives it a natural resonance of about 50 ohms instead of 72 ohms as a flat top. That's this system here. This system here is called the hexenna. It sits on a custom tripod with custom mount that will support 34 feet of elements when fully deployed for 20 meters. This system can have one of the elements removed, the second element moved to the vertical position. Now you have a vertical antenna for vertical propagation types. Included in it is a counterpoise. That counterpoise is tuned. You roll it out, you roll it back, which is more efficient than a radial. Here again, the angle between the vertical and the counterpoise is so it creates 50 ohms. It is a VHF, UHF, and HF antenna that goes all the way. So think about this for a second, all the way from 440 megahertz down to 7 megahertz and everything in between. Fully resonant by tuning the telescopic widths in and out. Takes about 90 seconds to change spans. If you're a little slow, it took one guy 15 seconds to change bands. He was having a contest with a buddy of his. He could tune it fastest. So the record's 15 seconds to go from one band to the other.
Steve, you just talked about about 33, 34-foot length. How do you get to 40 meters?
The 40 meters has two clip-on elements, and it will form an M dipole. Perfect for NVIS. Send your signal skyward, comes back down in the region. You need that for 40 meters, so it's designed to do that.
Okay, that's great. And so it's a direct feed. Is there a balun? Is there any matching at the base?
We didn't give any losses in this one. This is a real antenna, Tim. It has a direct feed, full legal limit. It deploys from a 26-inch bag. It's genius, really.
So so we can put it on anything from 70 centimeters up through 7 megahertz, and it goes pretty fast. There's no balun, there's no matching network, no funny business in there.
No funny business in there.
Direct feed. Is it a PL259 or what do I have to have on the end of the coax?
We do have a PL259, as is the standard for so many of the rigs that are out there. We have the BNC adapter. They're very easy to use at the other end. But instead of just an adapter on the coax that we sell, we have the actual BNC built in, so you don't have the losses, insertion losses.
Right. Okay, that's great. Now let's talk price.
Okay.
What kind of money are we looking at for this nice antenna?
$400 is where it starts. And some people have a tripod with a 3/8 24 bolt, and you put the system on your tripod. 400, you scan the net for anything that can do all of this. doesn't exist.
Right.
400 is the best price you're going to find. Build one yourself. Yes, maybe. Don't do it.
And and
These
that's
things
four.
can break if not designed right, and
Right.
34 feet of element in the air as a rigid dipole. Remember, that's a V dipole. That's 34 feet across. That
Right.
can get dangerous for you and your youngins or those around you if you don't design it correctly.
Sure.
Um, we are fully insured with all the products that we build, and this is why we came out with this very heavy-duty tripod that's underneath the base. A lot of people think I can reconfigure the antenna to do something special. Well, this tripod does something very special, and I'm going to only demonstrate it once. I'm
Okay.
going to be moving some things here, and hopefully it works out. So hold on. Imagine, if you will, that you want to go from having your DX angles that are going up at an angle off these elements to create a pure NVIS scenario. All that you must do is grab the tripod legs, pull them out, and this tripod will lay flat on the ground. Hey, it worked. So hard. So now you have an NVIS scenario. Okay, are you still there, Tim?
Oh yeah, no, I'm still here, and
Okay,
I'm glad. eh, when you're getting into the nitty gritty, we do want to go full screen with you. So
okay,
I know we could have just a show on that antenna, but
I'm
show us
done.
a couple of other antennas that you've got there. I'm really
Okay,
curious what's behind you, Steve.
okay, so over here in the far corner is a magnetic loop antenna. This magnetic loop antenna does something that all of our magnetic loop antennas do that nobody else's antennas loops will do. 100 watts PEPSSB. So this antenna here is VHF, UHF, and HF. The geniuses at Alpha Antenna have figured it all out for 100 watts PEPSSB and to give you all of those VHF, UHF, and cherished HF frequencies. We call it the MCOM loop. There's a specific reason we call this one the MCOM loop. It operates on all of the MCOM bands for the VHF, UHF, and HF 15 through 40 meters, not 10 meters. We have another loop for that that does 10 through 40 meters. So that's this loop antenna. Again, this one is 100% manufactured right here in Pleasant Hill.
Oh, that's very nice. How about the other antenna right behind you there, Steve? What do you got?
Okay, this one here is just an ingenious way to deploy an off-center fed vertical dipole. So off-center fed dipoles, they have their natural resonance points on the amateur frequencies. So we thought, well, years and years ago, 15 years ago, we came out with one design that was okay. And now we're on version 17, 15 years later. Well, maybe more than that, depending on what year it is for watching this, right? So this system here, it has the vertical element. It has an NVIS element that attaches to the base of that vertical element. That's one half of the antenna. Notice that we have 3 element lengths. 1, 2, 3. What's the third length? The combined length of these 2 elements gives you a different electrical length. So already we have 3 elements on the radiating side. On the other side, where's the other half? Right here. It's a grounded counterpoise that has a spike that takes common mode current to ground. In the center, a balun. The balun balances these 3 element lengths with this side of the antenna to give you 6 through 80 meters tuner free. Now, if you're over a bad ground scenario with that ground stake, sandy, loamy type scenario, you
Right.
might use a tuner to get your SWR a little lower, but not in a perfect world, just in an average world, it's 6 to 80 meters tuner free for this off-center fed vertical dipole.
Wow. And Steve, what kind of money are we talking about here for the
So,
off-center fed vertical
sure,
dipole?
five, five,
$500.
500. Still 150 less, but there's one big bonus. This 6-foot tripod comes with it. And
Okay.
at the base, underneath each of those 3 feet that are 3 feet across on that tripod, you can screw in the rubber grommet and a
Yep.
spike appears. And
Yeah.
you can stick that spike into the ground. It's not going nowhere.
No, that's great. How about pricing on the magnetic loop that you've got there?
$399. Some places might have it 400, you
Right.
know.
Okay.
But that has built-in tripod legs. It has a tripod adapter also under it for your standard tripod.
Right.
And the whole thing breaks down into a bag this big, about
Nice.
15 inches across and 4
Wow.
inches thick.
Wow. Steve, I just want to go to the chat room here for a second. Juliet 88 India Hotel, Ira is on from the Caribbean, and he says, hi and good day. I love alpha antennas.
Bless
X-Ray
you.
2 Zulu is on with us. Jason is on with us, and I'll get into Jason here in a second. Rodney says, so glad you have Steve on. Great equipment and a great company. Looking forward to adding to my antenna selection. Hexenna is the one I'm looking at. Great piece of kit. And that's Rodney, Kilo Juliet 5, Fox Whiskey Charlie. Jason says, I wish my alpha antenna would work. So, Jason, I want you to do one of two things, or maybe two things. First, start with us here at DX Engineering. Give us a call, and let's see if we can't figure out why you're having trouble with your alpha antenna. Or you can always get a hold of Steve at go to alphaantenna.com, and I'm sure he'll be too eager to help you fix whatever antenna problem you are having. And Steve,
One of the rarest opportunities that we have is to actually find an antenna that isn't working right.
right,
I get so excited when somebody says it's not working. There's always a reason,
right,
and we always find the reason. So please feel
yep,
free to call us. We have a chat for technical, and you can email us,
right,
Facebook.
right,
It's all out there. We're
right.
always available 24/7, 365, which is also, I think, a rare thing in the industry.
It is, and it is all about customer service. I mean, as you said right there, Steve, it's the opportunity to, because we know that this stuff, we're going to make it work, and
Well, yeah, I know
nobody
that
should be just
4.9 stars that we get for unsolicited reviews just sings a lot of things back to me in my heart that says, "Oh gosh, we're doing the right thing." And
right.
anytime we can help someone like make their antenna work better, we jump at the opportunity.
Absolutely. Well, Steve, thanks so much for coming on today. We're going to have you on again and soon, because we could start talking about some of the other models. But in the meantime, you can go to dxengineering.com, just put up in the search bar alpha antenna, and you can get lots of information there. Or you can also go to alphaantenna.com. Steve, thanks so much for coming on today.
It's been a pleasure, and I look forward to seeing everybody at the POTA park that Alpha Antenna is building. It'll be the first amateur radio park in the world.
That sounds great. Thanks again, Steve, and thanks to all of you for watching today. Hope you had fun and learned a few things about alpha antenna here at DX Engineering. Until next time, 73.
73.